Welcome to this video. This is the last problem set for this chapter on quadratics, and we're solving systems of equations with quadratics, it looks like. Okay, so let's begin. There's only 4 problems in this set, so some of them might be lengthy. We'll see. We might not meet my target of 90 seconds maximum per problem, but remember, if you spend a little extra time on some problems, that just means on other problems, you have to be faster. So let's see how it goes. I'll go slowly also if this is a multi-faceted type of problem as well. Okay, number 1. XY plane shows 2 x-intercepts and y-intercepts and a vertex of a parabola. If the line passes through the point 2, 0, and V, which the following must be the y-intercept of the line. Oh, okay, this is for sure a multi-step problem, which will require lots of knowledge from different units. All right, so first of all, how do we use all this information? Well, in the end, we want the y-intercept of the line, so we want the equation of this line probably. But to get the equation of this line, any linear line, we need a slope and a point. We have 1 point, 2, 0, but we don't have a slope. To get a slope, we need 2 points. So we probably need this point over here. And how do we get this point over here? So this is what I'm explaining my thought process. This actually happens much quicker in my head, but of course, as I'm speaking out loud, it's slower, but it's hopefully helpful for you to hear what I'm thinking and how I solve the problem. Okay, so where was that? As I was saying, to recap one more time, we probably want the equation of this line to get the y-intercept. To get the equation of any linear line, we need a slope and a point. Non-negotiables for those. We have a point, but we don't have a slope. To get a slope, we need 2 points. So we probably need to get this point V. Now, this V, they said, is the vertex of the parabola. Can we get the equation of this parabola now, is what I'm thinking. And we can, because we can get it in multiple ways, actually. Since we know the x-intercepts, you might have learned as a kind of standard form for parabolas if we know the x-intercepts. It's like this. Y is equal to a times x plus 4, because one of the zeros is minus 4. The other 0 is 2, so it'll be x minus 2. This is the general equation. We have to find what this a is, though. Okay? So how do we find this a? Well, we know this point. 0, 16 over 3. When x is 0, y is 16 over 3. 16 over 3 is a times 4 times minus 2. 4 times minus 2, that's minus 8. So a would be 16 over 3 times minus 1/8, which is minus 2/3. Okay? Now that we got that a, how does that help us? We need to get this vertex V. How do we get V? Well, if you remember, there's a little fast way to do it. The x-coordinate of the vertex is negative b over 2a if we have it in standard form. But actually, there's another way to do it. Remember, the vertex, I said this in some other video, gives us the axis of symmetry. We know that this vertex is in between minus 4 and 2, right? Smack dab in the middle. I said this exact phrase in some other video, if that sounds familiar. What's right in the middle of minus 4 and 2? We just average those two numbers. Minus 4 plus 2, that's minus 2. Divide by 2, that's minus 1. So I know the x-coordinate here is minus 1. If I know the x-coordinate, I can get the y-coordinate because I have that equation of my parabola. So y is minus 2/3 times, we said x was negative 1, so it'll be 3 and minus 3. These would cancel, so my y is 6. Okay, so my vertex is minus 2/3, 6. Sorry, not minus 2/3, minus 1, 6. Got cut off. Minus 1, 6. Okay, that's my vertex. Now I have 2 points. I can get the slope of the line. So the slope, m, is change in y over change in x. 6 minus 0 is 6 over minus 1, minus 2, that's minus 3, which is negative 2. This looks like a negative slope, right? So at least we have a correct looking sign. Okay, now that I got that, we can use point slope form or slope intercept form, doesn't matter. Let me use slope intercept form. Y is equal to minus 2x plus some b. Okay, we know 2 points that we can use to get our b. Let's use 2 comma 0. So 0 is minus 2 times 2 plus b. So b is 4. Our y-intercept is 4. So we had to do a lot of steps to just get this answer. To recap one more time, what was the whole thought process? I need to get this y-intercept of this linear line, so I probably want the equation of this linear line. To get the equation of this line, we need a slope and a point. We have a point. We don't have a slope. To get a slope, we need to use another point, so we probably want to use this point. This point is helpful because this is the vertex of this parabola over here, which we can find the equation of the parabola since we're given actually 3 points of this parabola. And 2 of them are special points. They're x-intercepts. So I found the equation of the parabola using the 3 points, exactly. Okay? And that I know that vertex is in the middle of my 2 x-intercepts. So minus 1 is right in the middle of minus 4 and 2. It's 3 this way and 3 this way, right? And I can get my y value of the vertex by the equation we found earlier. Okay? Now that we have this second point, let's go back to the goal. It's to find the equation of this line. So now that I have 2 points, I can get the slope, and then I can use slope-intercept form to get my y-intercept. All right, so that's that problem. Moving on. In the system of equations above, a greater than 0. If the system of equations had exactly one real solution, what is the value of a? So this sounds like one of the other problems in the previous video. We got to solve system of equations when it's not linear. The only method that really works is substitution, at least for this level of math. Okay, so let's move this into this y over here. X squared plus x equals ax minus 1. Move everything to one side. X squared plus x times 1 minus a. That would be plus 1 equals 0. Exactly one real solution. Remember in the previous video, I was saying discriminant is equal to 0. B squared minus 4ac equals 0. So it'll be 1 minus a squared minus 4ac is 0. Okay? So 1 minus a quantity squared is 4. 1 minus a is plus or minus 2. So that means a is 1 plus or minus 2. They tell us a is greater than 0. So that means we take the plus, and a is 3. Okay? The function f and g, defined by these two, are graphed in the xy plane. 2 graphs intersect at the points a comma b and minus a comma b. What is the value of b? Okay, so how can we solve this? Well, points of intersection are the solutions. So we can set they have the same y value, right? They have the same b. They're both b. So we can set these two equations equal to each other. That's how we solve. It's like this one. Substitution. Okay, this is y equals 2x squared plus 2. Y equals minus 2x squared plus 18. So substitution. So 2x squared plus 2 is minus 2x squared plus 18. Let's solve for x. 4x squared is, that's 16. X squared is 4. X is plus or minus 2. So it looks like our a is 2, but we're asked for the value of b. So we're going to plug this in. Doesn't matter the value. If we take plus or minus, doesn't matter. We plug it into, again, doesn't matter which equation. So let's plug into here. 2 times 2 squared plus 2. So that's 8 plus 2, 10. Okay? So you can see that these are solved relatively quickly compared to this one. So these are the types of problems where you should be faster to make up for the extra time spent on that one. Okay, Last one. If x, y is the solution to the system of equations above, what's the value of x squared? Okay. So let's use substitution again. This time, let's rewrite this one as x squared is 14 minus y squared. So then substitute this x squared with that. 14 minus y squared minus y is 2. 0 is, let's move everything to the other side. So y squared plus y plus 2 minus 14, that's minus 12. So if I factor this, that's clearly x plus 4. Y plus 4, y minus 3. So y is minus 4 or y is 3. Okay, so there's two possible values of y, it looks like. Maybe one's extraneous, I don't know, but let's just plug in to see what the value of x squared could be. If y is minus 4, this is x squared plus 4 equals 2, so x is minus 2. That's not one of these choices, so what if y is 3? Then x squared is 5. That's one of the choices. Right? So I would just stop there, honestly, and circle and move on to the next problem. Only if you have extra time that I would check more carefully this one. Like I would plug in to the other equation maybe as well. But as you can see, I already got one and this is the right answer. Okay, that's it for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful, especially if you got stuck on this one. Hopefully my thought process helps clear things up. And this is how you should be thinking about the problems. It's not about memorizing a procedure, because if I change things up a little bit, then you won't have a procedure anymore. So you have to think of it in terms of like these small blocks about linear line. You need a slope and a point, but I don't have the slope, so I need this point over here probably, and then all that thought process. Okay, it's a way of thinking, a way of problem solving, not a way of memorizing things. All right. Please like and subscribe. I'm not sure if I said that already. And please look out for the next video, which is the chapter review. So if you need some extra problems, please look out for that video.